Sony presents here on the IFA in Berlin two new phones, the Xperia XZ1 and the XZ1 Compact. Yeah, let's have a closer look. Both are very similar. For example, they both have the Snapdragon 835 processor, coming to that a little bit later. Just let me show you the colors. Here we have three or four possible. The pink one I couldn't get here in front of the camera, but you know how pink looks like. The big one is almost the same, little difference, for example, a little bit darker blue, but also these four color versions here. Yeah, starting with the XZ1. 5.2-inch HDR IPS display with full HD, meaning 1080 by 1920 pixels. And Sony is telling me that the display, the panel, is giving up to 700 nits. That would be very bright. First difference here is, of course, it's a smaller display here, 4.6-inch, and you have 720p only. But look, for example, here in the launcher, I'm trying to get it without any reflections here so that you can see for yourself and compare. It's absolutely okay, no problem at all. And it's only 600 nits, but some other phones would wish to have 600 nits panel here. Yeah, then we have, for the first time, it's a aluminum unibody here. So remember, the premium and the predecessors, XZS, for example, didn't have that. That's really aluminum unibody, at least here the back side and the edges. Just separate parts, but metal also are the bottom and the top over here. That's a little bit different also on the smaller one. That's metal only on top and bottom. And this one here is unibody. But this is not metal, this is some kind of plastic here, but a more resistant one than on the predecessors, at least Sony is telling me so. And it's a little bit, by the way, the edges are a little bit standing apart here. So if you put it on the table like this one, it's residing on these, so it's not getting scratched or something, at least on a table like this one here. Yeah. With that coming, like I told you, it's really a lot to tell to the Snapdragon 835 processor, meaning you have these 8 cores up to 2.5 gigahertz and 4 GB of RAM, also the smaller one. You have 32 and 64 GB internal memory, both expandable, even if it's both have IP65 and 68, meaning you have it's dust-proof and waterproof, also the smaller one here. So you just have to make sure that the slots here are really closed carefully, and then you can have splash water and whatever. And you have, of course, a camera is the main focus for Sony, has always been in these ones also. So we have 19 megapixels on the back side, also on the small one, and 4K video, including that 960 frames per second super slow-mo mode. I have shown you I love the results. This is also the case here, even on the small one. The only difference is on the front that you have 8 megapixels here on the smaller one instead of 5 from the predecessor, but you have a wide angle mode, software resolution. Here it's 13 megapixels, and Sony has now the front flash with the display. So it's just 2 or 3 or 4 lux only, but it's better than nothing in my opinion. If it's really dark, this helps a little bit. Yeah, and the 835 Snapdragon processor also means that you have downloads with up to 1 gigabit per second, at least if your network is delivering this. Here on the smaller one, it's only 800. That's called Cat 15, Cat 16. Little difference. That doesn't matter. It's quick. Then we have USB-C, of course, on both. The difference here is that it's a standard 3.1, so meaning the quicker one. This is a now still usual USB 2.0, a little bit slower, but absolutely okay on both. Then, like we know that from the predecessors, you have below that on-off standby button here. That's a fingerprint sensor, also on the smaller one here. And we have, with the camera, something special that's coming last, because you need a special app for this one, also on the small one, remind that, and it's called 3D Creator. So meaning you can use your camera now to have a scan, for example, of a head or any other thing you want to do. So like a photosphere. So you have these 3 axes go once around, durance around about 60 seconds or something, and the result is a file like this one. You can zoom in, zoom out, and mount this one, for example, on other bodies, or have it as a animated GIF, or for example, you can have, like, see this one here, 3D print. And my colleague from Sony already did that in advance, looking like this one here. So you can have scanned your head or your face only if you want to, and print it out. It's embedded in the app right away. I find that very funny, like these, you remember from Sony also, these AR effects. Okay, it doesn't help in everyday life, but it's really fun like this one. So I can't wait to see what's happening from these 3D Creator apps. With that, coming to the last thing I want to show you, and that's Android 8. Yeah, right, both are coming with Android 8, or called O, and both are coming in September, so very quickly, including Android 8. It's not coming later with an update, so they are delivered with Android 8 O, both of them. This one is, like always, in prices Germany, Europe, including 19% tax. This one is $499, this one $699. And last but not least, stereo speakers. I know a lot of you have said, oh, the Sony speakers are not too loud enough for me. Now they have heard you, both on the smaller one, on the bigger one, stereo front speakers, and 40% louder, at least Sony is telling so, like the predecessors. So we'll have that in our sound check, of course. Yeah. And so this is enough, at least I hope so, for you, for a first impression here from Berlin, from the IFA, from the Sony booth with the XZ1 and the XZ1 Compact. Thanks for watching. Please be so kind to rate this video, and maybe you even leave a sub, and of course your opinion in the comments. Thanks for that in advance. Take care and bye.